Good afternoon. This is the World News at 12 on Smash 88.1 FM. I am Adeboye Uluwafemi. First, the headlines. 3,462 Nigerians apply for passport in 2 weeks. Obiano pleads not guilty to 4 billion naira money laundering allegations. Ayedatiwa dissolves Ondo Excos. Ogun Speaker Oluomo impeached. Kogi hospital workers assaulted following patient's death. On the foreign scene, Trump's New York defamation trial to resume on Thursday. In business, federal government to sell 5 power plants for $1 billion. In sports, Chris Hilton sacked after Ghana exits tournament. In entertainment, legendary Fuji musician Kollington Ayinla refutes death rumor. Stay tuned to details coming up shortly. And now the news in details. The Speaker of the Ogun State House of Assembly, Olakunle Oluomo, was on Tuesday impeached by 18 out of 28 members of the legislative arm during the House sitting presided over by Deputy Speaker Mrs. Bolanle Ajayi, APC Yewa South. Oluomo, representing Ifo State constituency, was impeached over allegations of gross misconduct, high-handedness, lack of focus and transparency, financial misappropriation, and pursuit of selfish interest. The erstwhile speaker was reportedly at the June 12 Cultural Center, Kuto, Abeokuta, attending the swearing-in of customary court judges a few meters away to the Assembly Complex, Governor's Office, Okimoso, Abeokuta, when his colleagues moved against him. The Assembly also elected Oludaisi Elemide APC Odeda as a new speaker. Recall that the impeached speaker is standing trial over financial misappropriation of 2 billion naira. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission had in September 2022 filed an 11-count charge bordering on conspiracy, forgery and stealing against Oluomo and 3 other staff members of the legislative arm. The speaker had, however, maintained his innocence, saying that he would eventually be vindicated of the fraud charges. Speaking to newsmen after being elected as a new speaker, Elemide said the people of the state should expect the best from him. The immediate past governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, has pleaded not guilty to the 9 charges of money laundering preferred against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. The alleged money laundering is to the tune of 4 billion naira. It was said to have moved the amount from security votes into different accounts. The offences were said to have been committed between March 2014 and March 2022. When the charges were read to him upon his arraignment on Wednesday, the former governor pleaded not guilty to all the 9 counts. Lucky Ayedatiwa, the Ondo State Governor, has dissolved the State Executive Council with immediate effect. The governor also terminated the appointment of all senior special assistant SSAs and special assistant SAs. The development comes almost a month after Ayedatiwa was sworn in as the governor of the state following the death of Rotimi Akeredolu, the former governor. In a statement on Wednesday, Ebenezer Adenio, his chief press secretary, said all members of the cabinet are to hand over the permanent secretaries or the most senior administrative officers in their respective offices. A medical doctor at the Federal Teaching Hospital Lokoja has revealed how a group of men stormed the hospital on Tuesday over the death of a patient and attacked workers. Sharing videos on his ex-handle, the doctor explained that the men, who were led by an unnamed political leader, demanded to see the doctor on duty on arrival at the hospital. In one of the videos, about 3 people were struggling with a gunshot as the shot was heard. The rush by Nigerians to leave the country for greener pasture reached its crescendo in the new year as 32,462 persons have so far applied for international passports and uploaded their document for the Nigerian Immigration Service site between January 8th and 21, 2024. Of these applications, 15,113 have reportedly been approved for biometric capture and production, which is 50% of the total application. The summary of passport applications for the year 2024 was provided by the Comptroller General of Immigration Service, Caroline Adepoju, who was on a visit to Ikoyi and Alausa passport offices yesterday to see how things were working regarding the introduction of the automated passport application process. Briefing journalists at the end of the assessment, the immigration boss said of the 32,462 applications, 11,505 were awaiting approval, while 3,406 who made payments were yet to book appointments. You're still listening to The World News at 12 on Smash 88.1 FM. More stories to come on the foreign scene in business, sport, and entertainment. Stay with us.
Save and win pali promo owó gbẹ̀mù 89 million naira lẹ máa fi ṣèfàjẹ́ ní sáà yìí kò sì gbọ́dọ̀ fún yín ru ẹ̀yẹ ṣáà ti fi ẹgbẹ̀rún mẹ́wàá náírà tàbí jù bẹ́ẹ̀ pamọ́ lóṣooṣù kẹ̀sì ṣènáwó ọ̀tọ̀tọ̀ márùn-ún kéré jù kẹ́ ẹ lè jẹ́ olóríire náà tí ó jẹ́ ọkọ̀ ayọ́kẹ́lẹ́ jíìpù GAC títò kan pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹ̀bùn amóríyá mìíràn àwọn oníbàárà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ àti tuntun náà lè kópa láti ṣí àkáǹtì tuntun kẹ́ ẹ lọ sí ẹ̀ka wa èyíkéyìí tó súnmọ́ yín àwọn àdéhùn àtàsọtẹ́lẹ̀ wà o.
Union Bank, your simpler, smarter bank.
Welcome back to the World News at 12 on Smash 88.1 FM. On the foreign scene, Donald Trump's sexual assault defamation trial in New York will resume on Thursday, 2 days after Republican primaries in New Hampshire, with the former U.S. president expected to testify. Writer John Carroll is seeking more than $10 million, alleging that the frontrunner for the Republican presidential nomination defamed her when he mocked her sexual assault accusation by saying she's not his type. The jury will decide on only how much Trump should be forced by to pay her. The trial is separate from a case last year where another New York jury found Trump's 77-year-old liable of sexually assaulting Carroll in a department store dressing room in 1996 and subsequently defaming her in 2022 when he called her a complete con job. Commuting between campaign events and the Manhattan courthouse in recent days, Trump planned to testify in court on Monday, but the hearing was postponed after a jury fell ill. The prosecutor's office said the hearing would now take place on Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Heavy fighting in underway in central Somalia after Al-Shabaab militants attacked military bases in Mandog region. Eyewitnesses have told journalists they had heavy gunfire and explosion at dawn on Wednesday. The attack reportedly began with a suicide bombing targeting government special forces. Galmudug Security Minister Mohammed Abdi Abdan told newsmen that troops are still battling the militants in Hard village, where the military bases are located. The Somali National News Agency SONA reports that the army, with the help of locals, thwarted the attack, inflicting heavy losses on terrorists, but Al-Shabaab said it seized the 5 military bases and killed dozens of soldiers. The Somali Federal Forces have since August 2022 been conducting a major offensive against the Al-Qaeda-linked group. And now in business, the federal government, through the Bureau of Public Enterprises, is currently carrying out transactions for the sale of 5 power plants under the National Integrated Power Project at a cost of about $1.15 billion. It was gathered on Tuesday. Although sources familiar with the developments explain that the cost of the plant should exceed $5 billion based on international benchmark, they revealed that the BPE was planning to sell the facilities at a price that is a little above $1.1 billion. The acting director general, BPE Ignatius Ayewo, confirmed this news to newsmen via telephone conversation that the transaction is ongoing, adding that it is not concluded. The BPE boss did not disclose the cost of the 5 plants, as he quickly stated that he was in a meeting and would not be able to give additional details. And now in sport, on loan Manchester United forward Mason Greenwood has told his agent that sealing a summer move to Barcelona would be his dream. Greenwood is currently on loan with Getafe after Red Devils decided he will play no part in the club's intermediate future. This came after the criminal allegations against the 22-year-old for attempted rape, assault and coercive control were dropped. Greenwood is a long-term target for Barca, who are ready to pay up £40 million for the player. And it is now appears that Greenwood is edging towards the move after telling his advisors to make the transfer happen. Greenwood currently has 5 goals in 19 games with Getafe. Ghana have sacked Chris Hilton as their head coach following the national team's exit from the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. His dismissal was confirmed by the Ghana Football Association Tuesday night. The Black Stars were eliminated from the group stages after taking only 2 points from their 3 Group B matches. Their slim hopes of qualifying as one of the 4 best third-place teams ended on Tuesday, thanks to Mauritania's shock 1-0 win over Algeria in Bouaké. West Ham are in talks with FC Nordsjælland over a £16 million move for winger Ibrahim Osman. The Hammers are in discussion with the Danish club and are trying to seal a deal for the teenager before next week's transfer deadline. Brentford and Brighton have also shown an interest in Osman, but West Ham are moving to still a march on their arrival with a race for the attacker. And now in entertainment, renowned Fuji singer Kolawole Razaki Lori, famously known as Kolinton Ayinla, has refuted remorse of his death. Speculations about Ayinla's critical health condition with the undisclosed ailment was earlier reported on Tuesday. Addressing concerns about his health in a public statement from the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, LASUTH, on Tuesday, the 75-year-old musician stated that he is alive. The Fuji legend also expressed gratitude to the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu for the support provided during his recent illness. In case you have any news story you want us to cover, you can send us a message via our email on news@smash881fm.ng or send a text message to 0818 851 0881. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Instagram at Smash881FM. That's the news at noon on Smash 88.1. Thank you so much for listening. I am Adeboye Oluwafemi. Good afternoon.